kill those dogs.
And you're live.
Hello, I am Nicolina Nix and the host of Women, Wit, and Wine. And today I'm here with Mary Bird, comedian Mary Bird. She's awesome, fellow comedian. And my producer, Toby Camilli.
Hello, hello.
Hello. So, welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm excited. The first one.
This is our first official show. We did a couple of test runs, but this is actually one we formatted a little better. And, here's a toast to our very first kickoff. So thanks for joining me, ladies. So our first show that I want to talk about is I want to talk about how technology and the effect that it has on us interpersonally. Because we've become so technologically advanced in society, we've become disconnected from human intimacy. Via social networking, we have hundreds upon thousands of friends, yet we're isolated, lonely, and antisocial. We no longer meet people in the traditional sense, face to face. So how do we find that intimate human connection with all this technology in our way? I mean, Gary Turk, he's an artist, and he wrote a video and a poem. It's called Look Up, and it examines the depersonalization of humanity. However, I found out just recently it's really more of a love story. And it's in his video. It's basically about where everyone knows everything we share, but nothing about who we really are. So. And in the poem, it goes on to state, this media is anything this media we call social is anything but when it's our computers we open and our doors we shut. And we've exposed ourselves in a disassociative manner where we meet in text, we court in text, we socialize in text. Oh, I went out for a second.
What happened?
I don't know what happened to me. I think I'm just loose. We even sex in text, and lastly, we break up in text and social media. And as once again referred into this poem, it's that we share all our best bits and leave out the emotion. And to me, technology is stealing our lives by giving society the means to leave out the emotion. We judge a book by its cover without knowing what's really behind the picture, the words, or the person. Dating has become online shopping. And the older, more socially awkward we become, the more difficult it is to find a life partner. I mean, I'm 51 and single without a relationship. And many of my friends are single too. And in fact, you ladies are single as well, right?
Saints be praised.
Saints be praised.
I actually like being single, but
I like being single.
I'm weird.
But I think we find it difficult to
as a single person.
To determine if we're going to have relationships, I mean, how do you meet a person when you've already judged it by its cover? With dating sites, we're already in the middle of their lives. We don't have to get to know them anymore.
If they tell the truth,
well,
and a lot of them don't.
Well, who doesn't embellish who they are? Who doesn't? I think we all do. We all put out there.
I've been known to show my ass. It's been known to happen.
Me too. I mean, but here's the thing.
They gotta know what they're dealing with. So.
For me, it's my tits.
Okay, everybody's seen me naked. They just don't know it yet. So, but I mean, if you think about it, I mean, really, we describe ourselves in how we see ourselves, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's who we really are. We describe ourselves in the best version of ourselves we can possibly be. But then when it comes down to it, are we really that person all the time? I mean, if you think about it, I've been married and divorced 3 times. And I have so many friends that are my age, or younger, that, are like, how do you meet a guy? How do you meet? I'm like single. Why are you asking me?
I'm just very newly single. And this whole texting, I never did it. In fact, I never did it with my ex.
You never.
Because I didn't have a phone that did that, and when I got one, he was texting someone else. And so, yeah, it's very weird.
And that's very sad, you know, when you find that out. I mean, because you think everything's normal. Did you think everything was normal? I mean, I don't want to say normal for your life. It didn't. I don't necessarily mean perfect. I mean normal. In regards to, I think we become complacent, and we stop trying to be the better versions of ourselves.
I think in long relationships, that's true.
You know, I mean, I think if you're not
I can't blame technology at all.
well, I mean, you can kind of blame technology
No,
because
I can't. It was just a symptom of what was already going on.
Oh yeah.
It made it easier. It made it easier to go on, but you know.
Well, you know, but still, I mean, you stop talking. We stop talking. We don't really talk to each other. I mean, I have this friend, and I love her dearly, but she is not a phone talker, and it makes me crazy because she'll text me and go, "So you want to go get something to eat?" And I'm like, "Okay, where do you want to go?" And then like this 15-second
like
conversation has now become 45 minutes, and I've already eaten. Like, no, I don't want to go out to eat now. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I'm done. I was hungry when you first texted me. So, I mean, because I would actually call her to try and make arrangements, and she wouldn't answer the phone, and then I'd get a text. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Well, sometimes you cannot pick up your phone, whereas you can
What if you're
surreptitiously text somebody a yes or a no or something like that.
Exactly. Or, you know, hey, I'll talk to you in a minute. But, however, if you're texting me, asking me where you want to go to breakfast, you should be able to answer your phone.
Fair enough.
Right? You know? I mean, the telephone is really, really something. What?
There's something going on with the sound.
Is my sound good? Am I loose? You know,
That's what I hear. I don't believe it.
I'm very
I
loose.
did not believe it.
I'm not that loose lately.
It was a wire. It was only a wire.
Oh, is that what my problem is? It's only a wire?
It's just a wire, Nick.
I just need the wire reconnected and I'll be fine again.
Or just loose or
Yeah.
afraid. Wired.
Yeah, I'm afraid not.
Ba-dum-bum.
So anyway, so I lost my train of thought here, but I hate texting people. I really do. I'd rather like get a phone call kind of thing. And I understand that not everybody can be on the phone. You know, when I'm at work, of course, I understand a text. You know, hey, I'll text you when I go on a break or that kind of thing. But, you know, telephones are really, and emails and texting is really more for logistics. Hey, I'm going out to dinner. This whole, we need to talk. Crap. Because I think our mind automatically forms the inflection of a voice. You know, you have a tone in your head. Oh my God, we need to talk. What do you mean we need to talk? Does he want to break up with me? Does she want to break up with me? Does she not? What did I do to piss her off? And so your head starts having this conversation with this tone of voice that's not really there. I mean, because if think about when you get a text from somebody, and
it's flat.
It's flat, but our head and our mind tends to form an inflection. Like when you say sure. God, is that a sure? Yes, I really want to go, or is that yeah, sure, whatever. Get the hell away from me, kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, do you not? I mean, I do that. I get offended easily, like in a text. It's like, what the hell do you mean by that? You want to fight?
Uh-oh. I think you're reading too much into these texts.
I think everybody does, though. I think a majority of the population reads too much into the text.
I think the majority of the population do not read text completely all the way through to the end before they start answering.
That's probably true.
I think that is what one of the communication issues is. And no matter how we communicate, if we're not willing to put ourselves out there, then we're not really communicating. We're just talking.
Really? We're just talking, not listening. We're not listening.
Or there's people that don't pick up their texts for 3 days.
Like when I say, "Hey, can you bring a chair over for tonight?"
Yeah, I might know somebody who didn't get
And
that
then it's
text.
kind of like, "Oh, I don't really look at my phone." Really? We're doing a show. Hello.
And the last couple of weeks, a lot of my messages haven't gone through. And you look later and there's like a gray bubble, like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your server? Who's your provider?
The evil one.
The evil empire Verizon.
The evil empire Comcast.
Oh. That's the other
Your
evil
phone is through
empire.
Comcast? Your cell phone's through Comcast?
Oh no, but I was at home. So I had Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I don't know, it's
Oh.
all just magic to me.
Is it?
I plug it in and it gets me juice and then I get like dick pics and other things. It's fucking magic, man.
I had a guy message me on OkCupid. His screen name was VJJ fan.
Nice. Classy.
And then I realized he was a guy that I blocked previously.
Oh no, it's really true. So I joke about being I was on Match.com for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I don't want to be on it, but I had never been on Tinder or Plenty of Fish, or I've never done any of those other ones because I'm like, I'd rather meet somebody in person.
But how do you do that? How do you meet him?
I go out like 6 nights a week.
I know you do.
I know, she's our social one over here.
She's
We're
a
going to
social
start
butterfly.
following her around and stalking her. We're Mary's friend. We're her entourage. Hey, hey.
Friends.
I usually have an entourage. It used to be an entourage of men. Anywhere I'd go, I'd always end up by all my friends, and people would say, you always have this entourage of men. Because I had a lot of single male friends. I mean, and they were just friends. So like, hey, come out. We're
And
going
I'm like,
out.
yeah, I will.
Yeah, I will.
I'll come out.
So I try to go out.
You go out a lot.
I don't go out as much as Mary does.
Mary's out. Well, you perform what?
At least 4.
Yeah,
And
Mary.
practicing.
Mary is a really awesome comedian, along with Nicolina here in the Albuquerque area. She runs, what is it, the Blue Bellas?
Oh, that's one of our shows, yes.
That's one of her shows. And then she also does Bluebird Productions and...
And I help on Albuquerque Comedy on Facebook. There's like 4 of us that
Yeah.
contribute to that Facebook site.
Mm-hmm.
So she performs 4 nights a week.
And maybe more if I'm in the grocery store not getting my way.
Do tell.
I try not to perform like that.
I perform
But
like
it's
that
also
every
good
day.
to go, and support other friends doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of friends who are in theater. It's like, oh, I'm going to go see them. I'm going to make a point to go and see them on stage. Or I have great friends who are musicians. Like,
Yeah.
hey, and what's nice, a couple of times I've gotten on ad lib. Like, you want to go up? It's like, they left the mic hot. Whee! And be up in front of a crowd that I probably would not come to see comedy, but they were happy to listen to me when I was there. So it's good to. You gotta get out more, Nicolina. You gotta get out.
Am I loose or something?
That's what I hear.
Right. Sheesh. And now, like, you know what? Maybe if I say it enough, I'll get an offer.
No, I don't know. We had fun at Comic-Con.
I had fun at Comic-Con. I did have fun.
And to see, just to meet people, do more things like that.
Yeah. I'd like to do more things like that.
Festivals. Just get out. See
Yeah.
people who are already doing what you want. And there are. They're not typing something and canoodling and catfishing you or anything. You could actually see them
Yeah.
out.
I try to get out. I just kind of have a little bit of a phobia of going downtown, and I'm trying to get past it.
Well, they cleaned it up.
Well,
I lived here and it was a ghost town.
Yeah.
There was the Gizmo store and...
Oh, I remember the Gizmo store.
Yeah. And they've done such a great job.
It's a lot different.
It is a lot different.
And very, very much safer than it has ever
Oh,
been.
yeah. I can remember being down there in the early 90s, and it was just very, I don't know, you didn't go down certain streets. Do you remember those days?
No.
Well,
Like, you
I
stayed
wasn't
on
doing
Cent-
comedy
you
downtown
weren't?
at that time. It was, I'm in like 14th year.
14th
So,
year of comedy?
2004.
Wow.
Wow, that's
She's
amazing.
a legend.
Was that 14 or 12? No, I don't know. It's 14.
I am in my
2016.
5th, I think.
fifth.
Fifth or
I
sixth.
started in 2011.
That's 5 years.
Well, I've been a comedian all my life, but I've only been on stage since 2011. So, I don't know. I used to write. I mean, really, more of my stuff was writing. It wasn't comedic writing. It was really more writing about sex.
Why am I not surprised?
I wrote about sex all the time, and it was great. I had a following. I had like a blog on AOL. I had a following,
What'd you call it?
I was really unoriginal. It was not Sex in the City, but it was Sex in the City.
And all the places that you would have sex that were not.
No, I talked about I talked about, kind of like my first article was about this fallacy of women and how we're supposed to be prim and proper and
They want a lady in the street and a freak in the
right. But
Yeah.
and I kind of really came to thinking about how I was a little weird because I was so sexually active, reactive, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. I mean, my mother would call it sexually reactive. But I kind of thought I was weird, and then I met this guy, and he talked about how there was nothing wrong with being a sexually confident woman.
That's true.
And I think that really kind of opened my eyes to, I am normal. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm okay to feel this way. I mean, I know it's not like
we just don't talk about
well, it's not like I didn't really not feel okay about it. I just kind of still felt I had issues, and not magazine subscriptions.
it.
But it was more my issues of I had a lot of affairs with married men, in my younger years.
And so when you got married, you were always thinking.
Actually, I mean, I was married and divorced twice by the time I was 21, and then after that, I had affairs with married men, and and they would never last more than 6 months because I thought anything more than 6 months led to emotional attachment. First time you said you loved me, I'm out of here. So, and I never really thought about that, and so when I got married the last time, my last marriage, he was married when I met him. I didn't really have an affair with him, but when he did leave her for me, and my philosophy was I always told myself, if they'll leave you for her, I can guarantee you they're going to leave you for somebody else someday. And pretty much that's kind of what happened. That's what he did. He ended up, he wrote a letter to his girlfriend saying I was a mistake. I went to the attorney. I filed for divorce. And I thought I was going to be married for the rest of my life, but it didn't work out. I came back to New Mexico, and I had some pretty screwed up relationships, and I met Terry, and I was kind of also involved with a girl at the time too. So. Sorry about that.
So it was interrupting us because
emphasis.
technology distraction.
Technology distraction. That's because I had my page up to read, and so and then I got into a relationship with Terry. I was recovering from cancer. I had thyroid cancer, and I had been out of work for a year, and I was starting to feel normal again. I started dating Terry, and then I ended up with Terry for 10 years, and then there was Brian after that, and that was a year, and I've been single ever since. And I'm okay single because I never thought I realized later on that I hadn't been single for years. I mean, that if I really came down to it, I was in like one relationship after the other. So there was no me. So now, I think that Toby and I talked about it once. It's like, I think now I'm realizing that I don't need to be an extension of somebody else. That, I kind of like laying in my bed, in the middle of my bed, and realizing I don't have to share this. And then I kick the dog off the bed. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't. So, I mean, what about you? I mean, okay, how recent is your divorce?
4 years. And so I have not really dated at all.
Yeah? You haven't tried dating?
Yeah. I was not emotionally prepared to do that.
I understand.
So, but now I am.
You're
had a good summer.
You're open to it.
I have been dating a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's been fun.
So it's been
fun. Yeah. Mostly men, actually all men.
Actually all men. Well,
no Frankensteins? No ghosts? I'm just teasing. It is Halloween tomorrow.
It is Halloween tomorrow. So, think about this. Freaking forgot what I was going to say. One moment. Oh, squirrel.
I haven't used technology like that.
You haven't?
To try and meet somebody.
Really?
No.
I met Terry.
Like I said, I did for 24 hours.
I met Terry online. I met him.
So you had a good one, so that's why you were willing to try again.
I met Terry online. How did I meet him? I met Terry without a picture, believe it or not. He didn't have a picture, and
that's kind of nice.
And it was kind of funny because I later found out that he thought that I was kind of slutty when he first came to my door because I was dressed kind of sexy, So he says, I thought I was kind of slutty. I said, oh, great, I was fat and slutty.
Oh, thanks for sharing.
So, yeah, that's always just interesting, to you got to learn to love your body. And, I actually think that I'm kidding. I'm on tangents here. Here's the thing. I met Terry, and, I was very comfortable in my skin. And then when I met Terry, I think I became less comfortable in my skin. I think not only do we share some mics, but we share some mics. No worries, guys. So then I started getting less uncomfortable. I had a tummy tuck in 2004 because I got kind of tired of people asking me when my baby was due. Yeah. And a little bit of it was because of Terry, because he thought I was fat. And so, I paid for my own tummy tuck, but after that, I think I got more sexually insecure with after Terry. I really did. I just I wasn't really where I was in my mindset before, and so and that kind of is difficult. I got it back, but then I got my mojo back, and then I kind of, and then I fell in love and got stupid. I did. I never thought, I love Terry with all my heart. But the reality of it is the last one just devastated me, and I don't think that I was really back to normal for almost 2 years after the relationship. We weren't together that long, but I was that hurt. I opened myself up completely to him. It was like, and it was just kind of like, oh, Jesus Christ, man. I don't really want to go through this again, so I think that's part of the reason I haven't been back in a relationship or dated. It's because, I don't want to feel like I'm exposing myself again, but I'm not shutting it out. I'm very gun shy. I'm very gun shy, and I think that I tend to. Again, I think I'm back in that. I'm attracting the phase of married men, and it's not like I'm getting involved with them. I just attract them. Maybe because I think I don't want to be attached, but at the same time, this is not really what I want for myself. What do you do? What do you do, Mary Bird? Come on, I'm here for your sage advice. I love you, Mary. I'm just kidding.
That I have to date complete strangers because I'm an awesome friend, and I will warn people about it because I'm pretty set in my ways. I want what I want.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, here's the thing.
That's how I live my life.
Sex that pisses me off.
Oh, dude.
You don't like what?
Being denied sex. Here's the deal. Here's my opinion.
Did she say bandit-eyed sex? That's what I freaking heard.
Dude, I got Q-tips in the cabinets back there. No, being denied.
Oh! Okay, mine was much... Bandit-eyed sex would be better, right? With, like, masks and shit. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
No. I don't like being denied sex either. I've done that before, where there was a man that I was kind of involved with in my early 20s, and it was like a lot of the come here, get away, come here, get away. So basically, one day, and I said, look, if you're gonna just fuck me, then just fuck me. Let's just get this out of the way, or leave me alone. And then I was I got what I asked for, and then when I was done, I got up and got dressed, and he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going home. I got what I wanted.
Whoa.
Was that wrong? I mean...
I was talking about my marriage.
But it's if you think about that, it's like, why can't we go out and be that way? Why can't we go out there and get what we want? Why does it, I had this guy I was talking to, and every time I talked to him, and it was after my last relationship, and he was very sweet and everything. But every time I talked to him, he was like, well, what do you want from me? And I'm like, why does it have to be complicated? Why? Why cannot we just hang out and see where it goes?
Let's be friends.
Why do we have to put a definition on what we are? We're two people. We're adults. Okay, here's your definition. We're two people. We're adults. We might like to have sex one day. Maybe that's what I need to say.
Yeah. I think it has to do with that societal pressure that, like, oh my God, if you're single, then your life must be so lonely, and you're going to be at home eating macaroni and cheese, with a, like, spoon, like, in your underwear over your sink, and you're going to have 50 cats, and oh my God, you poor thing. Like, I don't know if you all had... No, there isn't. There absolutely isn't.
Do you have a camera in my house?
No, I don't. Okay, no, because I'm just saying, there's the societal pressure.
The stigma.
The stigma of being a single, strong woman who, oh my gosh, says, you know what? I don't like anal sex. I don't like it. I'm not doing it. Don't go back there. I'll punch you in the face. Yeah. Or, this is what I like. I like this. Cover me in honey and roll me in chocolate jimmies and lick them off. That turns me on, guys.
What the hell is chocolate jimmy?
Chocolate sprinkles?
That's what I
it's not some
what the hell is a chocolate jimmy?
It's a New England thing. It's those little chocolate one, like, whatever turn. I mean, but we should be able to ask for what we want and get what we want. And we've been taught, society teaches us as women to say, oh no, we have to take care of everybody first before we take care of ourselves. And it's bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm shut up as a producer now, but that's
I've done that where I've said, in the words of Toby Keith, let's talk about me.
That's right. All right.
Let's talk about me. Because, why does it always have to be about everybody else? And you know what? What's worse is when you call them on it, it's like a hurt baby in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, here, why don't you just go in your corner, dude, and shut the hell up?
Yeah.
Why are you the only one that's allowed to have a bad day?
And Jack says that you can baby.
But, yeah.
A few. Really, I haven't, and that's the whole thing is like, yeah, it's, yeah, did you understand all that? Because I did.
Yeah,
not.
I understood the fapping. That was the fapping
principle.
Over in the corner.
No, I mean, but just think about it. If you really speak your mind, they get their little feelers hurt.
Oh, that is so true. Has this happened to you before when you've actually said you wanted to do something or wanted something from a boyfriend, friend, fuck buddy? They get mad, they get upset. Has this happened to you?
No.
God, Mary's lucky.
No, I had a horrible marriage.
Oh.
Friends.
Ah.
That's
That's actually a pretty good plan there, Miss Bird.
But you've never hurt their feelings and felt like they should go crawl in the corner and just lick their wounds?
Probably, but no. But I'm the big boy cancer. Get out.
I've said that a few times. It's like, Jesus Christ, just get out the pot.
Lord.
Just say what you need to frickin' say. Quit frickin' being so damn cryptic. There's not... lay it out there, dude. If I don't like it, I don't have to like it. I mean, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, the dogs. And those are the dogs. They have a lot to say.
Oh, there's people walking out front with dogs.
Oh.
Sorry. I'll need to put some cord. I do. I feel protected. They're little. I feel protected until they jump the gate, and then they're all over the house. Well, only one of them does that. Maybe you should give them pizza. I'm just kidding. I have pizza. Would you want me to heat up a pizza? Okay. Huh?
So, we had actually a question on our chat.
Ooh, we did. Woohoo! What's the question?
It's from Renee, and I don't know how to get back up to it. It lets me see it.
It says chat.
Well, I know it says chat.
And you should be. What was the question?
It was basically about how technology affects dating.
How does it affect dating?
Yeah, how do you think it's affected dating in the 21st century?
Well, I think it's because we don't take the time to get to know people anymore. Okay. I'm going to write my profile, and I'm going to write everything about me that I think you should know. And I've already divulged everything about me that you should know. So where's the mystery? We no longer have mystery. When you met somebody in a bank line, let's think about this. Okay, Mary, for example, you meet somebody in a bank line, and you're interested in them, and you're intrigued, and they want to go for a drink.
Okay.
What do you know about them other than you met them in the bank line, their name, and what they do?
They have the same bank as me.
Yeah. But now...
$2. They're at the bank.
They got money.
They got a job. But now it's written out. I mean, we're looking at pages on pages of profiles that they write about themselves. Well, I'm divorced, I'm widowed, and blah blah blah. I have small kids, and blah blah blah. And
I like walks on the beach. I've got 40-some responses and a dick pic in 24 hours. I don't think that. Then it's like, no, I don't do this like this.
Right.
I don't want to like it. No, we can't even talk to friends who we know.
Mm-hmm.
In conversations sometimes and have them understand us.
Mm-hmm.
flat.
It's flat. It's worse.
Energies only go so far. To say, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you gotta. Here's the thing. You gotta follow everything up with a laugh out loud. Just kidding. Not really. I mean, for them to again, that's
Dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
that's that fluctuation that our mind creates in our head, where you said, "Yeah, no thanks." Okay, what do you mean, no thanks? Was it just a no thank you? I'm kind of busy today, or is it no thank you? I really don't want to hang out with you, or no thank you. I mean, your mind just starts processing and creating this thing, and so like when you're dating, okay, we have profiles that says, what interests you, what's the 6 things you can't do without, what's your favorite books, okay, I put everything about me out there, so.
I think they're trying to break your passcodes. I am not giving people that kind of information. I'm simple.
I understand
that way.
But I'm just talking about when you're filling out these profiles, you're already giving out too much information.
Well, isn't there one that you're filling out that your likes and dislikes, but it's not necessarily coming to anybody that is matching you up?
Yeah,
disharmony.
That's okay.
I mean harmony.
Okay, eHarmony. I didn't like that because they always gave me guys that had little teeth,
AKA disharmony.
No, just kidding. It's just like they were matching me up with people that were not.
I knew somebody that actually got rejected by eHarmony. They actually said, please come back when you've sorted out your issues.
Oh.
We
We have no matches for you, and we don't think we will. Because
that's nice.
I was rejected by Playboy. I was told I was not Playboy material.
Why would you want to be Playboy material? They only have blondes in there.
I was a blonde.
Oh. I didn't know.
We're not talking anymore. We're not even friends.
Yeah.
So
She tells me.
Face to face here. Imagine if you were like,
Okay.
this on text.
So let's go through this example of okay Cupid is my profile. Okay, my self summary. So I basically tell people blah 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 what I do. What am I doing with my life?
Living it.
I'm really good at.
Oh.
The first thing people notice about me. Favorite books, movies, shows, music, and food. 6 things I can never do without. I spend a lot of time thinking about. On a typical Friday night, I am. The most private thing I'm willing to admit. And you should message me if. So basically, I have just told you my entire life story. So what is there left to know about me? So, but you see what I'm saying? They're asking me to tell you everything about me.
Well, maybe they have to ask me for some self-examination.
Yeah, I self-examine myself all the time. It's usually with my hands and my boobs. I don't know. Just kidding. No.
Fat.
That's
selling their lists to different advertisers
and that could be.
Possibly.
I mean, so here's my perspective of online dating is, again, we are thrown into the middle of somebody's life because of what they share.
Well, you're thrown into the middle of everybody's life.
Am I?
First meeting.
Yes. Yes and no. Well, here, no. Maybe here. Okay, I'm thrown in the middle of somebody's life. However, I'm not thrown in the middle of everything about them on a page. I'd rather learn it and get to know you. I went out. Here's an example. I went out with this guy that I've known. I knew for a while, and he had always had a crush on me. But he's close to my age. He's 45, and he's a small child at home. And I thought, okay, I'll go out with you, get to know you, give me the opportunity. I don't care for small children.
They're good with apricot sauce.
Oh, Happy Halloween!
Well, I don't know. Some people like to do it with apricot sauce.
Oh,
But I don't know.
Happy Halloween!
But I want to date you for a while. I don't want to date you and your child. I mean, I am totally one of these firm believers. It's a package deal. It's a package deal. However, I don't want to go out with you on your first date, on the first date with you, and then the next day you're inviting me to come hang out at the pool with you and your kid. Dude, you don't know if I'm crazy?
Yeah.
You don't.
You know, it's funny because my son has never met anybody that I dated. They're like four nice guys. One is probably one of the probably will get to meet him, but it's like, no, it's still privilege that I'm not sure what to serve.
That's my point. It's a
my kid. It's,
sacred.
I mean, and you know, granted, your son is an adult now.
Now he is, yeah. But when he was 15 when I first separated.
Yeah. And so, but so if you really kind of think about it, you know, I was single and didn't really have a support system, so I didn't really have a choice if I wanted to go on a date of saying, oh, you can come over to my house kind of thing. I don't have a babysitter. Put my daughter to bed and, you know, but still that wasn't my idea of how I could do it. But at the same time, I regret a lot of that. I do. I regret exposing my daughter to not. I didn't know that well. Yeah. I do. I regret that. I mean, my daughter's pretty level-headed most of the time. But if I could do it again, I wouldn't have done it the same way. But now I'm at a point where my children are raised, and there's a lot of men my age with small children. You know, the guy his kid was 5 years old, and I didn't have a problem that you had a kid that was 5 years old. I just didn't want to meet your kid. I wanted to get to know you first before meeting your kid. And then, like, the whole I really don't like kids came out on the date because
you don't really like the kids that aren't your own.
I don't like kids that are poorly behaved. I mean, when you're at a restaurant and you're letting your kid get up, and hey, get rid of him. Don't give him anything. When you're you know. So where was it? You know, I just, you know, so here's this kid wandering around, and I'm like, can you switch me seats? Because I really didn't want to sit near this small child. And he goes, you know, I have a kid, and it's like, yeah, I do, but I don't want to go out with your kid. I want to go out with you, kind of thing. And I mean, it just kind of came out. It's like, well, I would hope that you would never let your child behave like that in a restaurant. And I think that's where I ended the date. It's kind of where our date pretty much kind of ended, probably. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, I'm going to call you on... My kid's a monster. I never let my kid get up and wander around in a restaurant. Never. Never.
No.
No. You're going to sit right down here next to me till we're done. And if you're cranky, then it's time for us to go. Yeah.
Or to the car and take you home.
So, yeah.
I don't think anybody likes badly behaved children.
I just, you know, and I just don't want to be responsible for somebody else's children. Like Brian had children, and I thought they were a little bit older than they were. Turned out that one of them was only like 5, and then I'm like freaking out. I get an eye twitch kind of like when they start getting on my nerves. I do, I admit it. I mean, but I also know that, you know, I loved you enough to be in a relationship with you. I know that you're a package deal. I'll deal with it, and if I really need to step out of the room, you just need to understand that about me. You need a little board that you can write on.
I do. I could be one of those really annoying producers. Shake it in your face. Flash a light in your face.
She is, Toby. Because she's been a good motivating factor in getting this show started.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm having fun
For
doing
me,
it.
she's really been pushing me to.
Well, so we have choices to make technology work for us in our personal relationships.
Again, use it for logistics. And if you really have to have a serious conversation, just say, what did you do when you were a kid? You waited. You waited till your parents got home. You waited till you got to see your friend the next time. What did
patience. And then I also think that, like, I really am an advocate for, like, unplugging. Like, unplugging for maybe it's an hour a week or maybe it's a whole day where you just don't get on the internet, you don't get on the phone. Yes, it annoys a lot of people that I do this, but I can tell you that it makes me get out of my house. It makes me go and be social. It makes me come home, instead of being sat at my computer, yeah.
I find that this is much more depressing for me. I mean, I suffer from depression, and if I'm on my phone all the time, it's depressing because you're waiting for something to happen.
Horrible reception. And it was kind of like, phone doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling the fire department. That was the only thing my phone was good for.
Yeah.
And sure, half a day it was irritating me. It's like,
yeah.
Really don't. Yeah. Exactly.
I will plug my phone in the back of the house and I'll come out here and I'll watch TV kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I do find that because I think I did it a lot more when Amber was here, when my daughter was here. I think I'm more attached to my phone because there's not that distraction. So I know that it's part of it's that I need to get out of the house. I need to
yeah.
I mean, because I really do. When people ask me to do stuff, I find myself sometimes I avoid it. I just avoid answering. And it's not a good thing for me. Because a little bit of it is a depression thing for me. I mean, I'm kind of going through the empty nester thing. I get a little depressed that there's nobody here to talk to me. Yeah, but they speak French, and I don't speak French.
That's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. My solution is really if you're going to a movie, put your phone away.
Yeah, a restaurant.
At a restaurant, put your phone away. It's nice to sit there and put your phone down, and not be on your phone, and not be on an electronic, and have a conversation. Start having a conversation. Get out there. Unplug. We need to unplug. I think if we unplug, we might find
what we're looking for.
A better interpersonal relationship with everybody, with your children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's a lot busier than I am, so I never call.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're doing a bunch of other stuff. I'm either in class or I'm not.
I'm a little.
So
I'm a little old-fashioned. I want people to I want a guy to call me. I don't want to feel like I'm chasing a guy. I don't. I mean, and I don't want to feel like, here's that stigma. I don't want to feel like I look desperate because I'm calling you.
It's just like, I do kind of love you.
Yeah.
We need to break all the stigmas and all
I'm okay with modernism, and you leave it open. It's like, okay, if a guy doesn't call you in 3 days, he'll call. If he doesn't answer, then good luck. He was a loser anyway.
Next. No,
I'm kidding. I'm definitely not a feminist. I am a little bit of a male chauvinist, female. But I mean, I just, it's just like being. I have a crap ton of books on sex up there, so just in case you need it. Oh, what? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? What do you freaking keep flashing me? I got somebody flashing gang signs on me.
Yeah, evil red-headed gang
Please
signs.
send help. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
I know.
I don't want help. I don't need help. I have enough help.
How to make the technology work for us? I think that the one thing that the technology has given us, despite making us, addicted to our phones and social media, is like it has given a lot of people voices who might not have them, with YouTube and blogging, and it's helped a lot of it's been really great for a lot of the creatives. Because how much does it cost to put a blog out there? You can be a writer, published, boom, in less than a week. You get it on Amazon. I mean, that to me
is wonderful.
Is great.
And we get exposed to artists that we never would have heard.
And instead of
under different than interpersonal relationship.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd rather you pick up the phone and call me. People texting me.
Okay, I can do that right now.
Here's the thing. This is my big joke about when people talk to me, when they're talking to me online because they're interested in me, and I said, maybe you should give me a call on the phone. You never know, I might sound like the nanny. Unless, of course, that's your thing.
You're into that.
But that's
Did you get him to call?
It's like those chocolate jimmies.
No, but that's my point. That's my point. Why don't you want to talk to me on the phone? I mean, I want to hear your voice. I don't know.
Yeah.
You might sound like Urkel, and I might sound like the nanny, and that might not be a very good relationship. Right. Yeah. So, why not talk? I mean, actually, I'll be honest with you. There was a guy that I was talking to, and I talked to him, and he was okay looking. He really wasn't, my type looking.
Yeah.
Of my stereotypical type. But then when I talked to him on the phone, his voice really just didn't match him, and it just didn't do anything for me. I mean, he was kind of a nice burly guy, but he kind of had a voice like this. And I was like, have you ever seen the hot guy in the restaurant, and then you start talking to him, and he's like, okay, So, what do you do for a living? I mean, really, let's think about that. There has to be a sense of appeal there. I mean, and it can't just be on paper. It can't be it can't be on a text. I'm sorry. If I've never talked to you before, we can never have sexting. Sorry. Because when you say, "Oh, princess," if I can't hear your voice, I can never imagine it. There's no communication. There's no connection. Yeah. There's no connection.
So, I guess we have 7 minutes left. I'm not going to do my redhead gang signs to you anymore since, you haven't gone through your initiation yet. Yeah. We're going to play like that. That's how we're going to play. So,
Mary, what would be your solution to this, other than what we've kind of talked about? Yeah, I mean, really.
Solutions? No.
Don't quit trying. Right?
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never, ever,
Okay,
ever.
now we're just starting to sound like slogans here.
I know, cliches. It's wonderful.
What is your solution to?
There's no solution.
Well, I think it's.
I mean, you kind of said just unplug. Really, it's unplugging.
I mean, we all need our phones. You know what I mean? We need them to a certain extent, but do we need to be attached to them on social media all the time? No. I challenge people all the time, just unplug for even just an hour a week. Go do something.
Go talk to somebody. Go to a movie.
Go to a movie and leave your phone at home.
It's psychological clutter. That's what it's called. That's the word for it. It's like it really is. It's psychological clutter. We have so much of it with being on the internet, being on the telephones, being televisions, radios. I mean, how often do you just turn everything off and just
read a book?
You know, feng shui says that you should not have any electronics in your bedroom other than your clock.
Yeah, I've read that. That is actually, huh? You what?
You see that?
Where do you sleep? Oh, I was going to say, you sleep in a coffin? Happy Halloween! I'm kidding. It's Halloween. I'm trying to...
Why do you sleep on your couch?
Because it's super comfortable.
Yeah?
And I don't like sleeping alone because
I like
there's
sleep.
not room for me. There's not room for someone else.
Oh, that's true.
That makes sense.
I like sleeping.
I was lived with my ex for almost 4 years before we got married. I've been married for 21.
Wow.
I don't like to sleep alone.
I don't think anybody does.
I do. I do now. I really do. I mean, I'll go over and hang out with my friend Terry every once in a while, but I don't really stay the night over there anymore. But even then, you know, it's I'm okay sleeping by myself.
I don't know. Oh, my couch is like that too. But it's your bed.
I don't feel I don't feel lonely. I think for a long time I felt lonely in my own bed, but now not so much. Not so much. I kind of I will like lay in the middle of my bed and I'm like, this is so nice.
You can sleep the alphabet.
Nobody's gonna steal my covers, and nobody's gonna chase me to the other side of the bed because they need to hold me and play the trumpet. It's a twitching thing, you know. He would like hold me like this, and it was kind of like playing the trumpet, you know, when the Saints go marching in. I don't know, and so like I'm kind of like one of those people. I can snuggle you for 5 minutes and I'm done, and then don't touch me.
Yeah.
And then don't chase me across the bed because I've zoned into my own space. So.
All right. Well, we got about 2 minutes left, so let's wrap it up, ladies. What is going on?
You are the bomb for coming to join us today.
I was surprised we were kind of serious, but it's an important topic.
Well, you know, I mean, really, I mean, we were kind of serious, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's about, we brought humor to it. I thought we brought some humor to it. You know, some we will. We do.
Yeah.
We have wine. We do have wine. So
there is wine.
So, but you know, not all our subjects are going to be serious. I mean, I just kind of like wanted to kick off my first show because I wrote this. I actually wrote that show 2 years ago. Believe it or not,
it's still applicable. Though.
It is applicable.
It is. I think more so.
But you know, I don't know. Would you like to come back?
I would be honored.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next time we're going to actually videotape it.
We'll have a videotape.
Maybe if I get my act together with the camera.
Or not.
I'm a filmmaker that didn't bring the camera. Yeah. I total epic fail.
That's
Sorry.
Okay. That's okay. We'll forgive you today. You know.
I love you.
You know, I mean, this is our first official show. It is, it's definitely, we got a minute. We're wrapping it up, I guess.
Thanks for the other chapters.
Thanks, Renee. Thanks for sending us your question. Hopefully, you know, we'll build it. We're going to build this. It's going to be an amazing thing. Yeah, it's not always going to be serious topics. We will definitely talk about some fun stuff. And, you know, events going on. We'll get people in here to talk. You know, Mary Bird will be back with us again.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. She might even be back the next show. So, you know, and then we can bring in another guest as well. and Toby, my producer, who's really pushed me to get off my ass and get this done.
No, I just offered. I just said, let's just do it. But like, why wait?
I'm a professional procrastinator.
So am I. But why wait?
We're not waiting. We're doing it.
Exactly.
We're doing it. So our next show, we have some topics planned out. So just kind of log into the Women Wit and Wine Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Women Wit and Wine, and Tumblr as well. So we'll be uploading this, and thanks for listening. And
yes, thank you,
thank
everybody.
you, Mary Bird. Thank you, Toby Camilli. And I am Nicolina Nix, and we are Women Wit and Wine. Good night.